Okay, what's up everyone? This is Scott here again with my next live trading video. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, and in this one here, just wanted to show you a new trade I want to put on in DoorDash. This is DASH, and this is actually going to be the first trade I'm going to make in this particular stock. And also in this video, I will touch on where the market is right now, and basically we are continuing to push even higher after last week's already ridiculous rally. So basically, with every trade that I'm making here this week, my portfolio is getting more and more bearish. And that's because, of course, if you've been watching my channel for some time, then I'm sure you know by now, I'm a huge bear on this market. And so with the market just relentlessly pushing higher pretty much every single day in a row, at this point, I'm basically positioning my portfolio to play for a nice reversal, hopefully in the near future. Now, as always, before we dive in here, in case you are brand new to the channel, again, my name is Scott, and I just want to let you know that you can also find me on SKILLSHARE as well, where you can take my very in-depth classes on options trading or stock market investing. And I provided some links to some of the introductory courses of mine in the description of this video below. So be sure to check them out, and when you sign up for SKILLSHARE using any of those links, you'll get a full 1-month free trial. All right, so now let's dive in here. And so if you focus on this chart here, this stock has not been around for too long. Looks like it IPO'd back in 2020. And given that we are now in a very bearish market environment, this stock has sold off quite a bit from a high of $257 per share all the way down to a low, so far at least, of around $74 per share. But very recently, as you can see, let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. In the past couple of days here, this stock has skyrocketed all the way back up to just under $110 per share. So that's basically a move of almost 50% in just a few trading days. That's pretty ridiculous. Moreover, as you can see right here in white, this is a resistance level that I've drawn in, and it does go back all the way to right around this area. So it looks like back in May of 2021. And of course, at this time, this was acting as a support level, as you can see here. Dash bounced pretty hard off that point, which is around $112 per share or so. And so ultimately, given how quickly this stock has recovered back up to that price point, right? In fact, I don't think the stock has even had a down day since it reached the bottom here. I definitely do want to lean a bit bearish for this trade. So basically what I'm considering here is selling an out of the money call option, probably around the 120 strike, just to give myself a bit more cushion in case I'm wrong and this stock does decide to climb a bit higher. Moreover, I do also want to pick my strike to be above the highs of these candles here as well, because if DoorDash can get to this point as well, which is roughly around $116 per share, then perhaps the highs of these candles can also act as resistance. And additionally, if we come down here and take a look at the implied volatility chart, the IV for this stock is still very high at 83%. And even though, like I said, the stock has not been around for too long, and therefore we don't have a complete implied volatility chart down here, at least for the data we do have, the current level of implied volatility still translates to an IV rank of 59%. That's very good. And also an IV percentile of 82%. Very, very good. So basically what these indicators mean is right now the current IV at 84% is much, much higher than usual for the stock. And therefore, the option prices for DoorDash are going to be much higher than usual as well. So now if we come over to the trade tab and take a look at the option chain here, for this trade I'm going to be in the April monthly cycle, April 14th exactly, with 22 days left to go. And as you can see down here, I've already gone ahead and picked out my strike. Like I was saying, I do want to be roughly around $120 just to give myself a bit more cushion in case I'm wrong. And unfortunately, there are no dollar strikes in between 115 and 120, so don't really have much of a choice here. But like I showed you, given that the implied volatility for DoorDash is still very high right now, I can still sell this call option, which is pretty far away from the current stock price, for a very nice credit. So I'll go ahead and click on the bid price for this option, and that brings up the sell order down below. Just going to sell one contract here, and for my limit price, I'll go right in between the bid and the ask, which is about $410. So we'll lock in that price, go to confirm and send here. The buying power effect is about $1,100. That's totally fine. So we'll go to send. And there we go. It just got filled at exactly $410. Awesome. So that's great. And then next step here is to come back down and click on the ask price now to set up my closing order. So now with this one here, I'm going to try to buy back the same contract for around half price. So half of 410 is 205. And then lastly, we'll make this a GTC order so it's always in place, and confirm and send this one as well. And then the final step here is with my particular strategy, if on a trade like this where I sell an out of the money call option, specifically a naked call option where initially I don't have any stock position in DoorDash, So if I'm super dead wrong on this trade and DoorDash continues to push higher and eventually breaches my 120 call strike, then at around that point, I will purchase 100 shares of the stock and thereby convert this initially naked call option into a cover call option. And as a result, it would not matter how much higher the stock goes after that point, and I could still potentially walk away by the expiration date or perhaps a bit sooner with a profit on the position. So lastly, I'll come up here to the current price of DoorDash and click on that and then go to buy. And then down below, that brings up a buy order to purchase 100 shares of stock. And then on the far right, I will change this order type from a limit order to a stop limit order. And the stop price here I'll set to be 121. So basically, if DoorDash rises above 121 bucks per share, at that point, this order will become active and try to purchase those 100 shares. And then for my limit price, I'll set that to 122, which basically means I'm not going to pay more than 122 per share to buy the stock. And then also I'll set this from standard pricing to mark pricing. So that way this order here will judge the price of the stock just on the bid and ask price, which in my opinion is the best and most reliable way to judge the fair price of any asset. And then lastly, we'll make this a GTC order so it's always in place, and therefore I don't have to recreate this order every single day. And there we go, just go to confirm and send, and send. And so at this point, my portfolio is definitely leaning pretty bearish, mostly because I've got a lot of short call options on right now. And the reason for that is if we come to the charts real quick and go to QQQ, for example, this is an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ. As I talked about in my previous live trading video, I was hoping for a reversal in the market right around this point at this now former resistance level. But so far, this massive rally has continued. And in my opinion here, I do think this kind of thing is very unsustainable, right? The entire market has basically gone up by 1 to 2% pretty much every single day in a row for 6 or 7 days. And even if we are on the way to a massive recovery over the next few weeks or months, at some point we will get a reversal. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the market here. Fingers crossed for a reversal sometime soon because I know I could definitely use one. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know your thoughts or if you have questions in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you want to take some very detailed classes on options trading or stock market investing, then check out my SKILLSHARE courses. Links in the description of this video. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I drop new videos every single week, and you don't want to miss out. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.